Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 and another part of our McLaren career mode. Today, we begin the second half of the season at Hungary. It's the last race before the summer break, so the last lot of upgrades will be coming in around this race and the next race before we start throwing research behind next year. But hopefully you guys are good and enjoying the series so far. Of course, we are in with a chance of winning both championships. We had an incredible race last time out in France, a 1-2 with the best strategy, really. It wasn't necessarily pace that got us there, but our strategy was top-notch, and that's what got us there. Episode 101, and I think we're going to settle into a new schedule with F1 Manager of Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Obviously, with the F1 testing underway, we are counting down the days until the 2023 season. So, yeah, hopefully you're good. Leave a like if you're enjoying. And without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action of this episode. Of course, Lando Norris has been doing very, very well so far. Let's have a little look at the Drivers' Championship. He is 20 points in front of Carlos Sainz there in second after picking up his third win of the season last time out. Into the Constructors, we are 7 points behind Aston Martin. Right, some dev points to award. Let's add one to Norris's defending. We'll also give Piastri one on his smoothness, and Logan Sargent can have one on his cornering. Very, very good. Anything for our staff? Chris Cronin's got one, which makes him an 85 rated engineer now. Head of aerodynamics, Martin Werner. Airflow sensitivity can go up, and all of that looks pretty damn good. Right. Where are we up to in terms of developments? I think we've got everything going. We have one coming in 8 days, which will be, so all of these will be after the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's fine. Let's continue on up towards the practice session. Race simulator in poor condition. We can refurbish it, which is good. So yeah, let's get that done. Yeah, what else is not looking good? I mean, the factory is really struggling, but we are upgrading that at the moment. It's got 28 days left. The wind tunnel's about to be fixed as well. We don't have enough money for that or that. What about the helipad? Yeah, let's get the helipad refurbished. Right, cool. Let's keep going then. Performance targets. You know what? We're going to say both drivers are going to get through to Q3 after our performance last time. We'll say both drivers will do that. A fastest lap, which we always seem to manage to get because we push at the right times. Last season, Fernando Alonso won. Oh no, he's got the lap record, sorry. Last season, it was Carlos Sainz that won the Grand Prix. Lando Norris finished 5th and Valtteri Bottas 8th. So this should be a good race for us, really, if you look at last year's form. So let's get ourselves into the action and enjoy the 2026 Hungarian Grand Prix.
The Hungaroring is abuzz with excitement as Formula One returns to Hungary for another round. We first came here in 1986 after construction on this purpose-built motorsport facility was completed. The Hungaroring is one challenging succession of corners and turns. With few straights, it's affectionately known as the go-kart circuit. Drivers will have to find a proper rhythm to make the most of the layout, and for cars, low-speed downforce will be paramount. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. Okay then, let's get to it.
Okay then, let's get ourselves into the action. Just having a little look at expected strategies. So yeah, soft tyres could well play a part. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Right, let's see you guys for Q1. Hopefully we can have another good Grand Prix.
Radio check. Radio check.
Okay, it's green now.
Right then, what we're going to do, let's set Norris to go out. And then Piastri to go out just after. And let's see how they both get on around the circuit. So hop on board with Lando Norris and see how hooked up he is. Purple through the first sector. And second sector. What about Piastri? Can Piastri get close to him? Piastri about a tenth of a second off in the first sector. Coming around the second sector split now. And about a tenth off there as well. Here comes up Lando Norris to the line. And it is a 1:13.6. That's a pretty decent time, to be honest, around here. So here comes Oscar Piastri now, flying around the final corner. He's been in good form recently. Where can he put it? He goes over the line, and it's a 1:13.8. A couple of tenths of a second off his teammate, as Sergio Perez goes third in the Ferrari. So let's see where that will put us. Stroll fourth. Porsche goes fifth. Here comes Kevin Magnussen, the first one that could really compete with us. Here comes Bottas in the Mercedes. Hamilton in the Aston Martin as well. So plenty of guys coming around that could go quicker, and Kevin Magnussen does do that. What about Bottas? He goes third. Hamilton goes second. Ricciardo up to seventh there. And Verstappen only 10th. Interesting. Yeah, Russell's had to fight through the traffic. Can Leclerc get past Ricciardo? Leclerc only goes 10th. And Russell only 8th. What about Carlos Sainz? He's coming around the final corner. He's starting his lap now. So Piastri in 5th. Could be in a little bit of trouble. Norris a couple of tenths quicker, probably safer. Sainz 9th, Vettel 8th. So you would suggest that we're probably okay with both drivers. As, well, Pierre Gasly pops up into 4th in the Haas. That is a bit of a surprise. What about Zhou Guanyu? Where's he going to go? He's 18th. Wow. So yeah, I don't know where Gasly found that pace. Yeah, now we need to work out, do we want to... I mean, we could go out on the same tyres again, see if we can improve it all on the slightly quicker track. Try and save the tyres for the next session. That's the idea. We'll watch Oscar Piastri this time. We'll see what he can do. Obviously, track rubber has got a little bit better. He's out there a little closer to his teammate to try and get a bit of a slipstream, but that will make a difference in the corners as well. A little bit of turbulent air. Let's keep an eye on sector times. So Giovinazzi is quickest, or quicker in sector 1. Vettel slightly slower in sector 1. Norris makes an improvement, as does Piastri. So, yeah, probably worth going out there for us. See if we can extract a little bit more time. Let's keep an eye on those sector times. Lots of people going green, as Hamilton goes quickest in sector 1. Very good from him. Now, what about Norris through sector 2? Can he improve in sector 2? No, slightly slower in fact. And here comes Piastri. He's slightly slower as well. About half a tenth for both of them. So it's all going to be about this final sector. Vettel goes over the line. Can he improve? No, he can't. Giovinazzi has improved, but is only just still out of the drop zone. Norris goes third, doesn't improve. Piastri doesn't improve, stays in 6th. Right, let's get to the tracker. Verstappen over the line. Can he improve? No, he can't. Perez over the line. Doesn't improve. Leclerc doesn't improve. Bottas doesn't. Hamilton goes over the line. He goes quickest. What about Porsche? He comes over the line. Can he save himself? He's up to 14th. Russell over the line goes 6th. Ocon's in the drop zone at the moment and stays in the drop zone. Lance Stroll, can he get out of the bottom 5? He comes over the line, stays 19th. Sainz can't improve. What about Tsunoda? He's over the line and can only go 17th position on the track. We finished 3rd and 7th. That's not too bad. Lewis Hamilton, though, is quickest in session 1. Wow. Okay. And we've managed to keep a spare pair of soft tyres, which is good.
And Lando, radio check.
And this time we'll send Piastri straight out there.
Yeah, all good.
We'll send out Lando as well. And we will watch Lando Norris as he goes through this lap. We'll watch him pretty much from the first sector onwards. Norris slightly quicker than his teammate, but had to come across Bottas. And that might make an impact. Don't know if Piastri got past easier. Well, let's see. Yeah, I think he did, because you look at those times, and yeah, I mean, Norris has lost a couple of tenths of a second there, which is rather disappointing. As Piastri comes up to the line, what's he going to manage? Into the 13s, and it's a 13.9 this time, and Norris might be in the 14s. Now, 13.8 in the end, which was enough to get Piastri through last time. But I think they want to probably go straight out there again. Traffic is always an issue around here. So let's hop on board with Norris. We'll join him a little later in the lap. Yellow in the first sector, purple in the middle sector. Hoping Piastri can improve as well. If Norris can match his final sector time, this should be pretty good. Does come up to the line, and that's much better. 13.7, and that should be enough to get him through, if I'm honest. Piastri not improving, though. Final sector. What can he manage? No. He's quite a bit slower. Somebody's locked up. It's one of the Aston Martins, possibly Lewis Hamilton.
They've locked up and
Yeah, it was Lewis Hamilton, so he's gonna be out of sync with everybody else. 4 seconds off the pace. Now, question is, do we save a set of soft tyres for tomorrow? Yeah, I think we're all right. I think we'll be okay. I'm going to take that risk with Piastri especially. We know Lewis Hamilton is going to be close. So here they come. Porsche is going to be the first over the line. What can he manage? Theo Porsche over the line. Can he get into the top 10? He goes 10th for now. Russell 3rd. Vettel goes up to 5th. Hamilton over the line. He goes 1st. Sainz over the line. Can he improve? He goes 7th. Gasly up into the top 5. Verstappen now over the line. Can't improve. Perez is out. No, he's up to 6th. Magnussen is quickest. What about Ricciardo? Can he go through? Yes, he can. He's knocked Verstappen out. Bottas is through. What about Albon? Can Albon get through? No, only 15th. Leclerc is the last man over the line. Can he get into the top 10? No, he cannot. So 3 big shocks going out in Q2 then. Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc will join Theo Porsche and Alex Albon down in the drop zone of Q2. And it's Kevin Magnussen who is currently quickest going into Q3. Lewis Hamilton there in second. He was quickest in Q1 and actually had a slightly quicker time than than Magnussen's second time there. Lando Norris is P3, Oscar Piastri P8 as we go into Q3. Very, very strong indeed. We've met our promise. Got to be happy with that. Let's get ourselves into the third and final qualifying session.
Radio check.
Now, I want to go out there when there's very little traffic. And we could go right at the end. We are running a risk of yellow flags, etc. But yeah, that's the one thing I would say. Lewis Hamilton goes quickest, but Magnussen... Well, Hamilton had ran wide there. And that is probably his best chance of pole position
They're
gone.
forced wide, and then
And yeah, I mean, if you can still go P3 with that sort of time, then you must be pretty quick. Right, we're going to send Piastri out there now. And then Norris, because this should be the quietest this track will ever be. So let's send them out there. Let's see where we can get with it. I think Lando Norris might be able to pull out a good enough time here. I think Magnussen's time is very good, but I think Norris could do it. I'm going to try and give him a bit of slipstream from Piastri as well. Just give him a little bit of extra. But this is a very clear track, isn't it? We might actually get to save a set of soft tyres if these 2 laps are good. So Piastri is coming up first. He goes green. What about Norris? He goes purple. This is what I was expecting. Lando Norris leaving the best till last. He is on job this year. He feels like he could well win a world championship. He got his first win earlier this season. He's had 2 subsequent wins, and he is just looking like somebody that is ready to win a world championship. Piastri green in second sector, Norris green in second sector. Magnussen is the one that is going to determine this. So it's going to be Oscar Piastri that comes up to the line. Where's he going to fit into all of this? If he can do a 13.8 again, he will be very, very good. He comes over the line. It is a 13.8. That's 5th. Lando Norris over the line. He goes first with a 1:13.6. Fastest time of the weekend. And he displaces Kevin Magnussen for pole position for tomorrow's race. But I do think that is not the end of the race, because Magnussen could well have a good chance tomorrow in the right conditions. Russell and Bottas continuing Mercedes' good pace in 3rd and 4th. Hamilton's the one to keep an eye on his lap, because he, of course, made a mistake on his lap. So let's keep an eye on Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to go green through the first sector? Nope. And actually, what's he doing timing-wise compared to Norris? A 27.1. Vettel slightly quicker. I mean, Hamilton is in a good place here. And he has gone purple in the middle sector, so this could be Lewis Hamilton's moment. And Magnussen's going quicker as well. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to knock Lando Norris off pole position? He comes up to the line, Lewis Hamilton. And he takes pole position. Oh, wow. Lewis Hamilton on used tyres goes half a tenth quicker. Wow. Lando Norris will qualify second. Here comes Kevin Magnussen. He went purple in the first sector, green in the middle sector. This could be pole for him. He comes over the line, and it is pole. Ho-ho! Kevin Magnussen on used soft tyres has just got even quicker than Lewis Hamilton. So it's going to be Kevin Magnussen on pole position for the Grand Prix here in Hungary. Lando Norris will be starting 3rd. Oscar Piastri will be starting 6th. We are pretty consistent, along with Mercedes, of both of our drivers performing at the top of their game. Magnussen has pole position, though, and he will be absolutely delighted. Remember, he won a race earlier this season. But, wow, he pulled that out from absolutely nowhere. Lewis Hamilton still has the quickest lap of the weekend so far. Got that wrong before with Norris, a 13.593, but that was ridiculously good on the used tyres.
it's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Qualifying went well for McLaren, and they're set to start this race feeling quite comfortable. Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. And the sky is looking grey and cloudy today. An effective tyre strategy could prove very valuable as the race plays out.
Well, as we can see, the crowd here at the Hungaro Ring are ready and waiting. So let's get this show underway.
Okay, very good. Right, let's have a little look at strategy. Is it going to be worth having those soft tyres and run them into the ground? That's the question. I suppose we could do that with Oscar. Give him the alternate strategy. But no, I think it just makes sense to... I mean, maybe even a two-stopper is going to make sense for Oscar Piastri. So, yeah, let's actually try that. Be a little bit more aggressive towards the end of the race. Yeah, that looks good to me. So Oscar Piastri will be on the alternate strategy of two-stopping. And Lando Norris will do the one-stopper. And try and stay in clear air. I think that sounds good. Okay, here we go then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's time.
It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. And there's Lando Norris. They've managed a third-place start for this race, but can they turn it into a win? And it's the other McLaren. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. Everything's been building to this. This is it, the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
Lights out, away we go here in Hungary. Good start off the grid for Kevin Magnussen. Lewis Hamilton will be trying to go down the inside, but he's defending from his old Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas as they go into turn one, and Lando Norris is holding it round the outside. But it's Kevin Magnussen that leads into turn one. Lewis Hamilton is second, then Lando Norris in third. We've got the two Mercedes behind, and Oscar Piastri in P6 at the moment. He is struggling to hold on. He's just ahead of Pierre Gasly, but yeah, good start from most of the drivers around us. And we'll keep an eye on Oscar Piastri because it's pretty important for him that he makes the most of these soft tyres. That's a good move around the outside of George Russell. He is through for now. We're going to drop it back down to neutral. And there's Lando Norris. He is through on Lewis Hamilton. That is a great manoeuvre. And let's have a little look at tyre selection. So, pretty much half and half again. Absolutely half and half have gone mediums. Some have started on soft. So, we don't know yet whether that's going to be a soft to hard one-stop strategy or a soft tyre two-stopper like what Piastri is on at the moment. So, Piastri following Valtteri Bottas as it stands, and right in the slipstream of him as Kevin Magnussen leads this Grand Prix. And we think he is probably a little bit quicker than Lando Norris. But if Norris can stay within that 1 second window, then fingers crossed, like we have seen this season, he can make a bit of an impact. And, well, Piastri is going to use some overtake up towards turn 4. And can we maybe get past Valtteri Bottas here? It was an excellent move around the outside of the chicane on the last lap. He is right in the slipstream, or right in the gearbox, I should say, of Valtteri Bottas. And Piastri has shown this season that he's got excellent racecraft and isn't afraid to go for the big move. As, well, Lando Norris has almost pulled a second out on Lewis Hamilton. That would be very important if he did pull that off. Might actually give him a little bit of license to push here onto lap 3. Because if he can get out of the 1 second window, then he would of course be allowed to
And
not
DRS
be
is now enabled.
passed with DRS. Well, Piastri might have a little squeak down the inside. Nope, covered off well by Bottas, but that's going to compromise his exit. Oh, and he is going to have a little look down the inside here, is he? Oh my goodness, that was close. I assumed that overtake maneuver was done, but look at the track rubber. It must have rained overnight. But yeah, here goes Lando Norris down the inside. This is a big move for the lead of the race. From Lando Norris, they're side by side, going into the twisty, turny section. Lando Norris still side by side with Kevin Magnussen. Surely he's going to have inside line here as they come through the middle sector. Wow, Lando Norris now leads the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, mate, good job.
It might not work out in his favour though if Kevin Magnussen manages to get DRS, but Kevin Magnussen goes down the inside and now he's going to lose DRS because Lando Norris has got the inside, and here he comes, and surely this is going to be DRS for Lando Norris, and it is. Right, let's deploy. Let's try and get ahead here. This is a great opportunity for Lando Norris to build a bit of a gap as Piastri now is through on George Russell, and he's going to be deploying. And fingers crossed he can catch up to Lewis Hamilton.
If you need it, use energy.
Very, very good. And there you go, Lando Norris already using that ERS to good effect. He's almost a second ahead of Kevin Magnussen already. Might as well push while we can. While we can get a bit of a gap. Let's use that. Yeah, I think pop it onto neutral now. Yeah, this is very good. 1.3 seconds now, the gap. Piastri, meanwhile, trying to get within a second to Lewis Hamilton. He's oh so close. I think he is now. Yep, DRS enabled, so Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri chasing Kevin Magnussen for P2. And Piastri, remember, on the soft tyres here, so will have a bit of a pace advantage. So, exciting first 5 laps of this Hungarian Grand Prix. Lando Norris leading the way currently. Right, let's zoom it through. Let's see what can be done here. There's a yellow flag, and that, I think, was Kevin Magnussen. What has Kevin Magnussen done? Carlos Sainz has spun. What has happened here? So he's spun.
Look at that! They've spun.
But what
their
happened to
car.
Kevin Magnussen?
Is that a lock-up?
Yep, he's locked up
Let's
at
see
turn
what
4,
happened
so he was defending
Okay,
from
so
Lewis
there we have
Hamilton.
the Alpine. Oh, and there's the lock-up.
Oh,
that's the
and
last
that's,
thing they'll have
yeah.
wanted.
So that's pretty much Kevin Magnussen out of it. Piastri is hounding the back of Lewis Hamilton. I'm actually going to go balanced here because it's within our interests to not actually pass Lewis Hamilton. What we don't want to happen is we do not want to slingshot Hamilton towards Lando Norris. So let's just stay behind Lewis for now, please. Yeah, I think Lewis will stay in front here, although Piastri has managed to make a good move, but I think Hamilton will be there.
We just need to charge up.
And we'll try and charge the ERS and stay with Lewis. That's the plan anyway. Yeah, Kevin Magnussen, quickest man on the field, in a lot of trouble now. The 2 Mercedes on the soft tyres just not warming them up as well as Oscar Piastri did at the start of this Grand Prix. Let's pop it on to the interval. So the one that matters to us is gap to Lewis Hamilton. Lando Norris is going quicker. The DRS should keep Piastri within range of Lewis over a lap. That's the idea. And obviously Piastri will be pitting before Norris. He's got another 8 laps or so until that moment. And that's another reason for harvesting, because we can absolutely obliterate Lewis Hamilton in a couple of laps. Right, let's go back to normal. Yeah, I would expect that Piastri will probably close in now. He's 1.1 seconds behind. Yeah, I think Norris needs to go balanced as well. Needs to look after the fuel. Let's push Piastri, just ease him up to the back of Hamilton. But Hamilton is quicker than Piastri at the moment. Yeah. We'll wait until the pit stops before we make any big decisions. Oh, Piastri's ran wide. That's kind of messed that up then, hasn't it? He should be a decent distance ahead of Russell.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
But that has took him out of the race with Hamilton, really. So now, where is Piastri going to come back out? We think 20th. So I think save the energy for then. We can probably push the car at the very least, go attacking.
Pushing hard now, pushing hard.
Until the pit stop. Right, here we go then. Yeah, Piastri managing to get out of that 1 second window to Russell was good.
Oh, did someone
So it'll
run
be
wide
next
there?
lap that he comes in. So we'll wait for him to pass the pit lane and then call him in. So he's going to go on to the hard tyres for his second stint. And finish on those mediums.
Box.
Piastri going at a good pace. He's 5.5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. So let's push on till the end of this lap. Norris 2.5 ahead of Lewis. I think Lewis gradually closing in, but nothing mad.
Drop back a bit.
So let's see where Piastri comes back out. This will be interesting. He might come out ahead of Sainz, which would
So
be
use pit limiter, pit limiter.
that'd be pretty good if he was to do that. He's away, and I think he will be ahead of Sainz, you know. It's going to be pretty tight. But yes, he will be, and that's good. That's an excellent gap to fit into. So let's deploy the ERS. Let's make sure he stays ahead of Carlos Sainz and slowly bring him up towards Esteban Ocon.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
So yeah, let's pop him back down to neutral now. 2.5 seconds ahead of Ocon. Of Sainz. Yeah, he's well ahead of anyone that's on the same strategy as him, which is great to see. Because you do not want to get caught behind traffic here, do you? Right.
So use energy if you need it.
Time to push. You should be able to glide past Ocon. Already nearly a second ahead.
Gain a position.
Let's just keep it
Keep
it smooth until he gets up to the back of Albon and Porsche. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton struggling to
I think someone's run wide.
catch Lando Norris. Remember, Norris is one stop in this race, and I'm sure Hamilton is as well. Norris doing a good management job. Has got more pace in the locker should he need it.
Seems to have been a lock-up.
Okay, let's keep going. Albon just holding up Piastri a little bit here. We will have DRS. Should be absolutely fine and is.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
So Norris's pit window is open now. So I'm going to attack the rest of those tyres.
Let's have 100% pace, 100% pace.
Let's see how much he can pull out ahead of Lewis. And there you go. See, already half a second in one lap. That's what can happen when you've got pace to burn. Norris coming around the final corner, and of course he will be coming on to the hard tyres next lap.
And we're boxed now, stopping in front of our garage. Yeah,
Piastri up to P3. And doing a very good job with that. Will Norris come out ahead of Piastri? I think he probably will.
Yep, confirm.
It might be pretty close. But of course Norris will be on much fresher tyres.
And just
And Piastri will be coming in again. And there you go, Hamilton on exactly the same strategy as Lando Norris. Ever so slightly held there. But it's Lando Norris that leads this race, the championship leader. And here comes Piastri. I tell you what, he might be ahead of Hamilton here. Let's have a look at this. Side by side into the first corner, and Piastri is ahead. There you go. So it's McLaren 1-2, and remember Piastri went wide. He'd, you know, lost out on this battle, really. This is where they were battling before. But that is a big help to Lando Norris out front. So heading towards the halfway mark in this Grand Prix. Piastri try and stay with Lewis.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Some yellow flags there.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
That was Sonoda now. Piastri has got another 15 laps or so. Remember, he's going to have decent medium tyres all the way to the end of this Grand Prix. But he would quite like it if he came out ahead of Bottas. So they are building that gap out, but whether they'll build it out enough, I don't know. Piastri doing a great job of just sticking with Lewis here. Oh, Lando! Where's Lando? He's okay, I think. But he did lock up there. So he's brought Lewis Hamilton back into the action.
Let's have a look.
I don't
Watch this.
think...
We're looking at Lando Norris. They've locked up,
And
but
that's
that
just-
could have been much worse.
That's just a lapse in concentration. And how many times has he done that this season? And now he's going to have to really push hard to stay ahead of Lewis. And that is gutting. So yeah, we know Hamilton's going to close right in here. Piastri's there as well. Alright, let's attack. The opposite of what we wanted, isn't it? You know, Norris was doing well. He's ahead of the game. Might have just escaped DRS range. No, he hasn't, and now he's in trouble. It's the fastest lap for Lando Norris, but he is in trouble. And the worst thing is he's kind of screwed his teammates' race up, because Piastri was enjoying just sticking behind Hamilton as Lando Norris is locked up there. Which is a bit frustrating for him, I would imagine. And Piastri's ran a little wide there, not too much, but
Look at that! They've run wide!
loses a couple of tenths of a second. So Piastri's got 9 laps to go. Somebody else has spun now. It's all happening.
Someone spun out.
Now, what we don't want is Norris to lose Hamilton here, but let Hamilton past. Stay with him. And then unleash.
I think there's been a lockup. Looks like there's been a lockup.
Yep, I think this is perfect. Oh, it's probably not actually. We wanted Hamilton ahead, going into the DRS range. Another fastest lap for Lando. So Hamilton will probably go past here. And hopefully Norris can stay with him the whole lap.
Aston Martin with a great play there.
And now
they've moved up a place.
Unleash a bit of pace, go aggressive.
If you can, push him.
Try and unlock
Yeah, go for it.
at least a second on Lewis here. There you go, already goes the inside. That's perfect. If he can get a second out on him,
Okay, mate, nice work.
then he should be alright for the rest of the race.
McLaren gain a position.
Just had to save it up, didn't we? Had to be in this position where we were able to use a bit of energy to pull away on the lap. And Lewis has been left for dead now. That Aston Martin just doesn't quite have the outright pace to compete with our McLaren. So 1.5 seconds ahead is Lando Norris right now. That's a pretty fast lap, isn't it? And this is probably going to be the fastest lap of the race so far. And here he comes up to the line. And yeah, another good lap time from him. So now, what we need to do is just stay that good distance ahead. Pop it into balanced, probably. And just hope Norris doesn't make any more mistakes. Now, Piastri's starting to be caught by Kevin Magnussen. So I think it's time that Piastri started being aggressive. We'll give him a couple of laps to do that with. And some of the other two-stoppers are in now. Meanwhile, Hamilton is closing in on Norris. We've got 20 laps to go here. Piastri needs to be fairly careful here. Doesn't want to get stuck, which can always happen. So here he comes then, Oscar Piastri into the pit lane. Where is he going to come back out? He'd love to come out ahead of Pierre Gasly. That's where he'd like to come out, back out in P5 and then push for the rest of the race. He should come well out, well ahead of Porsche. But he could come out ahead of Gasly. So he's coming down the pit lane. And back up to full speed, but I think Gasly's going to just about have him here, is he? Ooh, manages to split the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. And yeah, shouldn't take him long to get past Pierre Gasly here. Might even manage it on the lap itself rather than in the DRS zones as they run up towards turn 4. Be ambitious around the outside, but as I said, Piastri not afraid to go for the big move, and that's exactly what he did. Set himself up around the outside of turn 4. That then gave him the inside line into turn 5. And now he's away. And that should be him in a great position. So I'm going to go aggressive here just for the first couple of laps.
So we just need to push now.
So he's got a decent amount of time to make up here to get back into a real podium position chance. He has got very fresh tyres. Meanwhile, Lando Norris 1.2 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton's got fresher tyres. This could be a disaster for Lando Norris, and it's caused by that lapse in concentration earlier on. Leclerc is currently 20th, by the way. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely bonkers that he is so low down in that Ferrari. And, well, Norris is going to catch up to this traffic pretty soon. Hamilton now within DRS range. So this could be a problem for Lando. Hamilton has got DRS. And now if he gets a good exit, he might be able to have a go into turn 2 here. Pulls him off for now. Piastri, meanwhile, closing in on George Russell. He's flying out there. He's sort of 1 second quicker a lap than Kevin Magnussen. 13 laps to go. 9 seconds the gap, so he should catch and pass for 3rd place. Somebody's spun now. Could that bring out a late safety car? Don't know who it is.
Yellow flag 15.
It
Yellow
was
15.
Sainz. He's having a horrible weekend as well. Verstappen having a horrible weekend. It's all going wrong for a lot of the main contenders, but Lando Norris still leading the race, fighting with Hamilton at the front. Piastri there in 5th. Right on the back of George Russell now, but Lewis Hamilton with DRS. Is he going to be able to get past Lando here? He's going to have a little look, I think, but once again, Lando positions his car well. I think time to push the engine. Here goes Piastri. He's going to be up into 4th place here. Good overtake. We'll have the DRS to push on a bit further as well. So here we go then. Leclerc up to 18th.
Gain a position.
To be fair, Leclerc fighting his way through that back, and that might help Lando Norris a little bit. Well, this is a hell of a lot of traffic. This could be an opportunity for Lewis Hamilton. So we've got 12 laps to go after this one. Here we go, DRS enabled. Blue flags, of course. It will keep Norris firmly ahead of Lewis Hamilton for now. And there's the Williams, and they do hold up Lewis a little bit there. And that's massive. Fastest lap of the race for Oscar Piastri. He's now 7 seconds behind Kevin Magnussen. Let's keep an eye on this battle though. Lando 1.5 ahead of Lewis. Lando doing a real top job here. Just look at that top 10. I mean, it is bonkers, isn't it? No Red Bulls, no Ferrari. Well, there's one Ferrari, Perez, I suppose. Red Bull's really struggling this season. compared to seasons of old. I'll tell you what, Lando Norris now 2 seconds ahead of Lewis. This is pretty good. Let's zoom it forward a few laps. Just drop Piastri down to a balanced. Yeah, Lando now 2.1 seconds ahead. I think he might have cracked it. The traffic helped him out. There is more traffic to come though. Now, Piastri within 3 seconds of K-Mag. Norris 2.7 ahead of Lewis Hamilton. It's going to be very, very close, isn't it? Wow.
Focus on fuel from now, please.
Yeah, Norris needs to look after his engine.
And save fuel from now, please. Save fuel from now.
Yeah. He should be okay though. Unbalanced until the end of the race. That should be enough. Here comes Oscar Piastri then. He's going to have DRS. And Piastri onto the podium again. He has been brilliant since we flirted with that idea of getting rid of him early in the season. He has performed at an exceptionally high level.
McLaren with a great overtake.
Now then, Norris, I think, let's conserve that. Let's just make sure that he's got enough fuel. It allows Hamilton to close in again, but it does mean we're not going to run out of fuel. Which is the main thing. Hamilton definitely got momentum now. I'll tell you what though, Piastri's not that far away. If there was to be a mistake from one of the top two. Piastri closing in massively.
This is the last lap.
Right, last lap of the race. Time to give it everything.
We're not okay on fuel.
Yeah, copy.
Just need to
Pushing now.
drop that down.
Copy.
I suggest lift and coast.
Give Norris a little bit of ERS deployment. We'll let Piastri do the same. Just conserve a couple of corners. That should get him back into the green. It's going to be pretty tight for both cars on fuel. But Lando Norris currently over the chicane. And I just can't believe how quickly Piastri is closing up to the back of Lewis Hamilton. 5 seconds is the gap. I think another 2 laps and he could have reached him. Maybe even won this Grand Prix, who knows? But Lando Norris coming round the final couple of corners now. Here he comes. Lando Norris is going to win his 4th Grand Prix of the season.
Need a charge here, is it?
Lando Norris wins here in Hungary. Excellent result for him. 25 points in the bag. And here comes Oscar Piastri. He's going to finish P3. Absolutely brilliant from him. And definitely some excellent racing today.
Let's check the flag.
And yeah, you gotta say we have absolutely bossed it once again. A 1-3 here. Didn't have the fastest car. Kevin Magnussen finishes 4th in the end. He did have the fastest car this weekend, but a big lockup cost him in earlier on in the race. Lewis Hamilton did all he could to push Lando all the way, but despite a couple of mistakes from Lando Norris, he still wins the Grand Prix, still gets the 25 points, and extends his championship lead even further, because Carlos Sainz out of the points today. So I think Lewis Hamilton will probably be back up to 2nd in the championship. Let's have a look at that. No, Carlos Sainz still 2nd. So now Lando Norris 45 points ahead of the Spaniard there in second. Lewis Hamilton, I mean, he's been hot and cold this season. He's the one that you could feel could challenge Lando eventually. But, yeah, very, very good. You have to say, very, very good.
Lando Norris can be proud. What a fantastic performance from him. A fantastic result for McLaren there.
They do say success breeds success, and I'm sure the team will be hoping that holds true.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Well, that'll be a cracker next time out, so I really hope that you will join me for that. Lando Norris wins the Hungarian Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton in second. Teammate Oscar Piastri finishes in third with the fastest lap. Magnussen fourth, Russell fifth, Gasly sixth. Bottas 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Perez 9th, and Sebastian Vettel finishes P10. Lando Norris, as we said before, opens up a 45-point lead over Carlos Sainz in second. Lewis Hamilton is third, ahead of Verstappen in fourth. Magnussen is fifth, with Oscar Piastri, with that result, up to sixth now. That was his fourth. Podium finish of the season is seventh fastest lap. George Russell finishes in, or is seventh, I should say, on 100 points. Ricciardo, Vettel, Leclerc will probably hit 100 by the end of the year. Into the constructors then, and we finally take the lead over Aston Martin. We are 16 points clear ahead of them, and now we have a decision to make. Do we push and try and win both titles this season and sacrifice next year, or do we be sensible and add a bit of an element of next year researching our car? £4.9 million profit gets us sorted out. Very good. There you go. Wind tunnel refurbishment complete. And there's our mid-season board review. They're very, very happy with all of that, which is nice. Very good. Okay. They're happy with that. Nice. Nice stuff. Right, okay, next time out then, we will have the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Lando Norris will be wanting to win 3 races in a row. Let's see if we can do it. If you've enjoyed that, then give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.